In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it.
The U.S. House of Representatives just voted to invoke the 25th Amendment to prematurely end Donald Trump's presidency. That begs the question, what is the 25th Amendment? It was ratified in 1967, a few years after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It sought to clarify procedures for the succession of the presidency and vice presidency in the event that the office was vacated for various reasons. Those reasons could include death, medical problems, or in the official wording of the U.S. Constitution, unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office. But there's also a particular section of the amendment, Section 4, that can be used to dispose a sitting president. And it's that section that basically gives the vice president and the president's cabinet the ability to judge whether or not the president is fit to serve.
Inability to discharge the most basic and fundamental powers and duties of his office.
Here's how it works, but keep in mind some constitutional scholars differ about the interpretation of Section 4. A majority of the president's cabinet, 13 of the 24 members, as well as the vice president, Mike Pence in this case, would have to sign a letter which states that President Trump is unfit to govern. What would happen next? Once the letter is delivered to Congress, Vice President Mike Pence would automatically become president. But it is a process that's generally designed for a president who is incapacitated and not in a position to fight back, like President Trump, who would be given the opportunity to submit a written response in his defense. Within 21 days of being triggered, 2/3 of both the Senate and House of Representatives must back the power change, or it reverts right back to the president. So, could it happen? Logically and hypothetically, of course it could. But it's very unlikely there's enough momentum in the Senate, still controlled by Republicans, for it to occur. But following the unprecedented storming of the U.S. Capitol building by pro-Trump supporters, and with calls from both parties to oust President Trump using the 25th Amendment, it feels like almost anything could happen. Again, most recently, the House of Representatives voted 223 to 205 in favor of a resolution which calls on Vice President Mike Pence to use Section 4 and strip President Trump of power. Vice President Mike Pence, however, frowned on that idea. Also worth noting, it was just a resolution, a suggestion if you will, not a law. So Trump stays, for now.